distinguished panelists and participants. Bharati Vidyapeeth's Institute of Computer Applications and Management, BVI-CAM, in association with Computational Intelligence Society, CIS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Computer Society chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Technology and Engineering Management Society, TEMS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, System Man and Cybernetics, SMC Society chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Communication Society of IEEE Delhi section, Consultants Network Affinity, CNA Group of IEEE Delhi section, Life Member Affinity, LMA Group of IEEE Delhi section, Inter-Society Relations, IRS Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi section, Industry Relations and Special Interest Group on Humanitarian Technology, Site Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi section, Region 10 of IEEE with the Associations of Computer Society of India, Institute of Information Technology Professionals, IITP, ISTE Delhi section, and IETE Delhi Center as technical collaborator welcomes you all to the IEEE IETE BVI CAM technical lecture series on AI tools in software development for productivity improvement. According to Sam Altman, CEO and co-founder OpenAI, right now, people talk about being an AI company. There was a time after the iPhone App Store launch where people talked about being a mobile company. But no software company says they are a mobile company now because it did be unthinkable to not have a mobile app. And it will be unthinkable to not have intelligence integrated into every product and service. It will just be an expected obvious thing. In every phase of software development life cycle, AI tools are transforming how we build the software by making the process faster and smarter. These tools help developers by automating tasks, improving the quality of code, and speeding up problem solving. For example, AI-powered code editors like GitHub Copilot can suggest code complete functions and even write whole sections of a program. AI tools can also test code, find bugs, and suggest improvements, which saves a lot of time in debugging. In addition, AI can also help improve security by identifying issues in the code before developers release production-ready project software. In project management, AI can predict problems, help manage tasks, and make projects run more smoothly. Overall, learning to use AI tools in software development can help developers create better software faster and improve their skills for the future. So, I would first take this opportunity to welcome amongst us our galaxy of distinguished panelists. We are privileged to have amongst us many distinguished guests today. I will now welcome amongst us our expert speaker, Mr. Vijay Arora, sir, with an e-bouquet. Welcome to the session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Vijay sir is a distinguished professional with extensive expertise across various domains within the software industry. In his role as an Associate Director of Technology of Nagarro, he contributes to multiple client engagements, providing strategic guidance to teams across diverse technological areas. As a solution architect, Sir is responsible for designing robust software architectures and developing comprehensive technical roadmaps for application development. His proficiency in artificial intelligence encompasses a broad spectrum of machine learning models, including supervised and unsupervised learning, deep learning, and reinforcement learning, reflecting his deep understanding and hands-on experience in AI-driven solutions. We are honored to have Sir amongst us today. I now request Sir to kindly enlighten the House. Over to you, Sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abhika. Thank you very much. Okay, let me share my screen. And
Yes,
once it is visible, please let me know.
sure, Sir.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is PowerPoint mode?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Deepika. So basically, today's agenda is, that how to use AI tools in the software development. So the first question from everyone, even in the software industry, what we are looking for is that, that do we really need to use AI tools to speed up the things, or is our job in the job security is at risk? So the first question, which that I answer to everyone is generally, in case if there is a Visual Studio, if you guys are using, that is again the development, integrated development environment. Before that, we were doing in early days of 80s or 90s, people were doing the development even in the assembly languages, even not the visual interfaces. So this is just a new development tools which will help the developers to speed up and improve their productivity. So that is the purpose of AI tools, how to increase our development productivity so that software developers can actually concentrate on the business applications, the core logic of the business applications, and not onto the mundane tasks. Like, for example, how to create the correct classes. And in case if they want to go ahead with the design patterns, then how they can utilize these AI tools to take the benefit of those design patterns, security, and other things. So today I will, that we will go through with a few things, with a few slides, and I will, that touch base all items over there. So if I move on to the very first one, so if you see what is artificial intelligence. So AI, what is AI basically? If we need to consider the difference between human intelligence and the artificial intelligence, so nowadays where we are progressing towards the robotics side of the software development. Robotic means that machines, after coming up the generative AI, now machines can also start generating the items. So if you see, AI means machines are programmed to think, learn, and adapt. That is the basic difference. What we are actually going to, we need to understand with the help of artificial intelligence. Again, machine learning, computer vision, and understanding the natural language processing. So today, how a human being is coordinating with another human being, they can listen, they can understand, and they can see the things. People are actually trying to move on with the help of these items. Now, if we talk about what is the role of AI in the modern software development, so if we go back, 10 years ago or 20 years ago, even just 10 years ago, if I talk about, there is no cloud development. Everything we had in the on-premise data centers. But nowadays, things are so easy with the cloud development that even a software development developer just go click on few things on the few buttons and they can that spin up a new instance of the virtual machines of whatever they want. So this is just an ease of coming up the things. So that is how we also need to think about the AI tools, or the what is the role of AI in the modern software development. We have seen many security vulnerabilities. We have seen no proper coding. We have not seen, the proper documentation in the practical industry, where even many times the code is not even so proper that whenever we are transferring it from one developer to another developer, it will take a lot of time. And that is where all of these AI tools will come into the picture and help you in writing the robust code, production ready code. And it does not mean that it is going to, that risk your job. No, it will give you more power so that you can use these AI tools and you can write a proper software code with all the, the industry standard best practices and patterns. That is the part of role of AI. And today we will also cover one demo that how we are going to use these tools. If we go about, that what are the different tools we have. So today we can go, I will walk you through with many tools for every different stage of the AI tools. Everything we cannot cover, but at least we will try to touch base and we will try to give you the name so that you can, after this session, you can go back and understand about these and do your hands dirty on these tools. For example, GitHub Copilot. It is very open, or ChatGPT or OpenAI Canvas or Tab9. There are many tools available which you can use for the software development. But is this the only tools, or are these the only tools? No. For every specific stage, we have different tools available, like Sync for security. So there are many security vulnerabilities in writing the code. How you are going to identify them? So with the power of Sync for security, AI powered tools, you can actually find it out very easily. These tools, any AI tools, will always leverage the machine learning models or third party APIs to enhance the productivity. So that is a major part of it. Now, what are the benefits? If we talk about what are the benefits? So, for example, today I want to write some code, and I'm having an experience of 10 or 15 years of an experience. Now, I want to write a basic code. So, do I need to really remember all the APIs or all that stuff? No. These things can be helpful for me by using these tools. I do not need to remember, or I do not need to be, that having an expertise at the syntax level or command level. These tools can write a code for me. So I need a more and more common sense, more and more understanding about the business domain, so that whatever we want to write, we can use these tools and they will write a syntax and a proper coding for us. So that is how this is the major benefit of using these AI tools. It also give you the real-time feedback. So for example, if I'm a junior developer and I'm writing a particular code, but during writing the code, I don't know, am I writing the proper code or not? Then we can again use this AI tool as a senior developer who can review my code, or which I can utilize and understand how I can improve my productivity by writing the robust code by using these AI tools. So, for example, ChatGPT, I can give some, that an exercise to the ChatGPT, and I can start writing those things. Definitely, there are some challenges and limitations. So, some AI tools, like for example, GitHub Copilot, are proprietary, or there are some again open source tools, like for example, Tab9 are the third party available by the open source community. These tools can be trained on the internet data based upon the very high quality training of it. And I'm sorry, developers would also need to be trained in the prompt engineering side of it so that they can write proper code. And by using the chat GPT or any other AI tools, you can actually start writing proper code. And as much as you know that today we will cover this part in our demo, that what are the best practices and other stuff during our demo part of it. We will see if we write proper prompt and ask proper questions to correct the code, then these AI tools will help us in writing the proper code, which is not biased and not kind of that the harmful for a particular community. So these are some challenges and limitations where human intelligence are required to use these AI tools. Now, why software developers need to embrace these, these particular AI tools? If we go for that, so we want to enhance the productivity. Enhance productivity means that how AI can automate, how AI can help us in automating the boilerplate code. So, for example, if you want to write CRUD operations, create, read, update, delete, do we really need to write it again and again? So, for example, I am expert in a particular technology stack. Like, for example, I'm expert in Java or Python or .NET. And on the front end, I'm using on the website, I'm using React or that Angular or any particular thing. And I would also like to write the framework, basic framework, which can actually retrieve the data, like create the data or CRUD operations in a basic database. This is a repetitive task. This is a mundane task, which cannot be required and using the time for the developers. These things can be taken care by the AI tools. In case if there are some common bugs means that you're not implementing while writing the software, you're not writing a security specific code, or you're not writing some logs into the applications, or you're not writing particular, the documentation in the code, then these tools can be utilized for these particular areas and it will help in the developer productivity. Now, this will definitely improve the productivity because you are writing the proper code for the business logic and you are using these tools to improve your productivity. Now, how will you improve the code quality? Do we really have some meaning of improving the code quality? Yes. If I'm writing a particular code and am I don't have time due to timelines or due to that client pressure or project pressure, I don't have much time. So how can I use these tools to improve my productivity? Okay, let's have a demo. Let's have a quick demo. And on the ChatGPT, that do we really need and how it can be improved? Please let me know once my screen again visible to you. Please let me know.
Yes.
I'm just sharing my complete screen so that I do not need to go back again and again. Okay, I'm simply going on the ChatGPT. Everyone, I think everyone is aware on the ChatGPT. Is my screen visible?
No, sir, not yet.
Is it visible now?
No, sir. It is completely a black screen that is
Okay,
coming at you.
let me go back and share
Yes,
only
sir.
the ChatGPT one. Maybe it is only because I'm sharing the complete one. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Okay. So, for example, I'm writing a CRUD operations for a basic, the with the my experience. So I want to write. I can say write a code for CRUD operations with SQL DB for web application in .NET. Now, this could be the boilerplate code exercise. Now, this is the first prompt I'm writing, and I'm asking ChatGPT to write this particular basic code for me. Let's see what it does. See what it has given me. Below is an example with SQL, ASP.NET Core, and CRUD SQL.NET. And still it is writing. Okay. It is writing the documentation step one, create a model, create a database context, and create a controller, and these classes with post and delete and get and everything. So this has given me the basic boilerplate code. Okay. But now how can I use it more and more? I can write it. Should we include logs in this code? Now see, it will improve that code. Whatever it has written, as much as we, that try to interact with these things, it will not even writing the code. If we see, it is also giving us the explanation. So we don't need to go back on, that in case if we don't know coding, we can also take help of these AI tools to understand. It gives me what is the model, what database context is, what is controller, what is views, what is dependency injection. So we need to look at and we need to change our mindset to look at these tools as a handy tool to understand and take the advantage from these tools to write proper coding. Now, once I have asked to write this code for a basic one, it have written me. But then I have also asked it to improve this code. Should we include this logs in this code? It says, yes, we should update the code with the logging. So it have rewritten it, update the product controller to include the logging. Okay, now let me ask one more simple line. Can we implement any design pattern in this code? So see, from where I'm starting and where I'm going, it depends on your intelligence, the person who is using the particular tool. Okay, I'm again and again saying this is hammer. So use this tool as a hammer. So for example, if this is a hammer, tool will remain tool. Hammer will remain hammer. How you're using the hammer, it depends upon the person who is using the hammer. Now see, the things it have been generated for me again. I have just asked, so we were over here and I have asked it to generate the proper logging, log Z, and can we implement any design pattern in it? It says, yes, design patterns can enhance the maintainability, scalability. Now it have also added the code for repository pattern. Implement the repository pattern. And then it is also updating the controller. So it is just a basic CRUD application or a CRUD code. It is also implementing dependency injection. What is dependency injection? What is factory pattern? What are the benefits? Separation of concern, testability, maintainability. Would you like to update the code in Canvas and repository pattern integrated? So we can say yes. So this is just a small demo, what we are trying to mention over here. The only point what I'm trying to explain is as much as we would like to use these tools, it will help us. It will help us in writing the proper code for the proper softwares. Now, how it will help us in faster? So it is improving the productivity. So I have written in front of you some of the code I have improved, improve the code with the logs as a senior developer, do the review. And I've also included that are we missing any code for the design patterns? So it have also added that code as well. So it have improved the code quality. Does it also help for the faster development cycle? Yes. Have I written in 3 lines by using these tools? I have written the completed 1 day job. I can take this code, I can put it in the Visual Studio, I can write it, run it in just within 2 to 3 hours. So I have completed my job of 8 hours in 2 hours. So it is improving my development cycle. It is also helping me in more testing and debugging. Let me go back onto the same screen and how can I implement and do the testing and debugging on the same code? Let me show you one more example. So I have not written any test cases or unit test cases for the code what I have generated till now. Okay. But as a developer, it is always the best practice to write the unit test cases for the code which you are writing. So I can simply ask generate the unit test cases for this code. Now see what it is generating. It is using XUnit and mock. It is also explaining me line by line. which package, just give me a second, it is generating actually. What NuGet packages I need to use, which framework we need to use for X unit or N unit, create a new test project, sample unit test case code. I can copy the code simply. I can use the facts into this one and look at the way it is also giving me with the test data. It is giving me another fact. So there are many benefits, and now it is also explaining me. So it is not only giving me the code, what I have started in front of you, it is also explaining it to me what are the basic things. And based upon that, I can use the different item and different unit test cases. So it's improving my knowledge. If I use these tools, it is not only writing the code for me, it is making me much more better developer. It is letting me know that these things were missing in the code if you use these things. Earlier, we were go on the internet, on the Google, look for these things, look for the articles, look for the specific code, and then we put it into all together at one place. But now by using this particular tools, AI tools, we don't need to, it is ease and it is improving the productivity because we are not now going out here and there. It is helping us by looking at and connecting it from different sources of the information and getting the better information for us. Now let me go back and please let me know once my screen will be again visible. I'm sorry for switching back again and here and there, but these are the few things which I would like to help you out. Now, streamlining, testing and debugging. Unit testing we have written, but we have not written the test cases for that, which will be written by the quality assurance development team. I will write it out, but let me finish this slide, and then I will go back onto the chat GPT. And which is it really helping us in competing advantage? Yes. More and more, you know that. So if we go back 50 years ago, we were not have the telecommunications, we were not having the mobile. Even if we go back to 2005 or in early 2000, we were not even having the smartphones. In 1995, we were only having, the BlackBerry, and even in 2000, between 2000 to 2010, whosoever were carrying out the BlackBerry phone with the, the email notifications, that was, that very, very advanced technology. But people need to improve their skill set with the advancements in the science, in the field of science as well. So today, writing a web application, it is very easy. Today, writing even the mobile application, it very easy. With the help of these development tools, we are increasing not only the knowledge, we are also increasing the job market. With the help of these tools, we can increase our intelligence and we can even write the softwares for the robotics, for the science space, or for the even for the rocket science space as well. So it depends upon to the person who would like to take their knowledge to the next level. They start using these tools, and that is how they are helping us in improving the productivity. Now, if I just take few phases of the how these AI tools can help us in the different phases of the development environment. So code generation and completion. So we have just seen a particular example like how these tools like GitHub Copilot or ChatGPT or Tab9 can help us in generating the boilerplate code and writing a reusable code again and again with the best practices and patterns. Like for example, we have seen the repository pattern or the factory pattern or the dependency injection pattern. We don't have only one tool, we have multiple tools for the code generation and completion. Like for example, let me share my screen again. Assume my screen is visible. So we don't have even the GitHub Copilot. If we go through with their site, they can actually, that they are claiming this is the most widely used AI developer tool. And they also give the examples. These are the many companies, many known brands who are using these particular tools. And we are also looking at the different pricing and other stuff. Again, there are few open source tools are also available, like Tab9. Tab9 is again code generation and code completion tool. So the AI code assistant, which is tailored for your team, you can also use it. So in case if you do not want to use for the any proprietary tools, there are many open source tools that's available, and there are many brands which have actually used these things. We also have the visual. So in case if you are using that, then we have the Visual Studio IntelliCode as well. So if you love Microsoft tools, if you are the Microsoft people, then you can also go, or if you have started your development career or you are going to start your development career with Visual Studio, you can use Visual Studio IntelliCode as well. There is one more tool which has been introduced just 1 or 2 months ago, the Canvas, OpenAI Canvas, which is the new working way with ChatGPT to write and understand the code. So you can also use this particular things as well. Now, if we go back to on the content of the slide, so code completion is one part of it. Now, there are many other tools which are available for the testing part and debugging part of it. Like for example, there is a deep code which can be used for the testing of the code and writing of the code. Now, we have also discussed about how we can generate the unit test cases, but how the quality assurance people can generate the code, we can also see the example of this one. If we go back to the chat GPT, if we go back to the chat GPT, now here I have written some code by as a software developer. I have not written my code still till now as a particular quality assurance guy. So now I can actually mention is you are a senior quality assurance developer. Write code for test cases. It remembers my previous context and now it is generating the code for the test cases as a quality assurance developer. So if we see, we are writing the code now for our quality assurance, not the unit test cases. Unit test cases has been written by as a software developer, but now I'm using this AI tool to write the test cases as a quality assurance purpose, which is the next stage of the software development, which is used by the quality assurance people. Now, if we go back and see over here, it's writing the code for the further with the different quality assurance code. Now, if I come over here and if I start looking at it, it is not even generating the code, even the test cases again, even also returning the code as well. So if you look at these things, now it is also explaining me how it is setting up the thing. What are the test cases? How we are going to use, and particular an explanation of every test case which has been generated, how it is mocking it, what are the assertions, and if I go back in the end of it, how even you need to run these test cases. We just need to use, if you are working on the Microsoft side, then this is the .NET test code. So there are many benefits to improve the productivity of every phase in using these particular tools. Now, if I talk about project management, this is one of the another category which we need to use into the project management, and AI tools are not only in one phase of code generation or for the testing or for the development. This is for the project management people as well. Now, we can also look up one tool which is ClickUp.ai, which is helping in doing the project management and team collaboration as well. I will come back to that. I'm not switching back right now. there is another tool which we can use for the sync, which is for the security and vulnerability analysis. You know that we can use this tool. So I will also give you a specific demo that how we can use for the security purpose of the tool as well. And we will continue with the previous example, which we are using into the chat GPT and how we are going to utilize that. Then we can also use these tools not even for the the testing or development. We can also generate with the enhanced productivity of the existing tools as well. Like for example, Tableau is also providing AI extensions which can be utilized to quickly generate the dashboards with the help of AI driven data. We also have the designer UI UX guys in the software development, which can also be used specific AI tools, the Adobe Sensei, for example, to generate the designs. So what we're trying to mention over here is not even we can have the, the in every phase, in every bucket of the software development life cycle, we have now a plethora of AI tools which can be utilized based upon the need, demand, and we can utilize these tools to help and improve our productivity. Let me give you a quick example on the security, that whatever the code we have just generated, how can we include the security over there? So now, and it is majorly we have seen that people or the software developers forgot to include these development code into their areas. Now I will just simply write, you are a security expert, senior security developer and expert. Please review the code and provide the security issues in it. See, it will not even providing you the security which it have written the code itself. I'm sorry, it has, you are a C. Now it is generating. I've reviewed the code and comments highlighting potential security issues such as sensitive data exposure, proper for anti-forgery, validation of input, secure management. And so in this code, if we see, it is saying edit 5 comments. Now where we can see in the current code, if we want to see that, this is the first comment. Okay, consider implementing database encryption and security sensitive, such as connection strings on top of it. If I will say apply, it will edit that code so that the reviewing comment which has been given by as a security expert, it will also implement that code. So you see, we have started writing by simply asking with the proper prompting that you need to write the code, you need to generate the unit test cases of the code, you need to now you are a quality assurance guy. Please start generating or updating the code with the help of as a quality assurance guy, so that we can start automating that. And in the end, in case if you want to, that include the best design practices, that is also feasible. Plus, in the end, whenever we are going into the production, every every brand would like to publish for their customer the secured applications. So now when we have asked which kind of mistakes we have done in writing such code and can you improve the code, please let us know first what the security issues what we had, and then now you need to update that code as well. So there are few tools as well, except this, that here, if we go back, just give me a second. So we talked about deep code sync for security, which can be utilized for, for the AI powered auto fixes. We can use, there are many tools on top of it, which we can utilize for deep code AI search and sync AI code for the security. Please start using that. Please go through with that. And for the project management people, if they are interested, I have mentioned into this one, there is a ClickUp.ai tool, which we can use, and that we can see how it helps us in generating the use cases for the different kind of items. So there are many tools are available. Now let me share my again share my screen, because we have another things to cover up as well. Now let me go back to the another slide. Now, how we can go back for the, I'm sorry, let me go to the specific. Yeah. Now, how can we utilize AI for code completion? So there are some tools which are available, and we can utilize the AI power inside those integrated development environments like IntelliJ, or that this will help us not even for the smart code generation or suggestion. If we are using just like ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot or IntelliJ, this will help in improving the productivity by providing the suggestions even in the real time while we are writing the code. Then, for example, we also use IntelliCode, which we have just shown onto the Visual Studio 2022, which uses or we can use the frameworks like Kite, which use machine learning in the Python side of the coding. It will help us while even writing the code, that what could be the next line of the code, or what could be the method call next we need to do that, so that we don't even need to worry about that is it proper or not. But by using the human intelligence, we can make sure that these particular tools are helping us in writing the proper code and providing us the better high code quality and improving our productivity. In the real time, we can also ask that are we writing the right code? Like, for example, I've just shown you the demo. In ChatGPT, we started from the CRUD operations, but in the end, I'm asking for the high quality code. So I've asked for as a comment that can we add or include the logs, or can we add the security side of into this one? So these are the benefits, and it will also help us, that in minimizing the time and improving and helping into the high quality generated code. We need a proper, that a context aware auto completion, so that whatever we are writing and developers can improve not onto the mundane task, can only focus on in improving the high quality code within the business specific domain. So this will help us in the context aware auto completion side of it. Now, can these AI tools also help us in other areas? Yes. The way we have seen, we have request ChatGPT that have we written and analyze this code, and can we include any, the specific design patterns. So they have included, the repository or other patterns. So these tools can be used to automatically detecting the bug, or to add the log analysis. Where are we doing any potential errors or any security issues or unit test cases? Have we done that properly or not? Or we can also use these tools to find out, in case if we are missing the security code, or the logs or the quality assurance, then what could be the real time issues can be generated. So what could be the issues, and how can we utilize or improve the debugging of it, which can improving the productivity, because now we are not doing manual debugging of the particular code. We are using these AI tools as an assistant to us, and they are doing this job for us, and they are giving us the result. But these are the human software developers who are actually reviewing the final decision and taking only the help from the AI tools. We can use many particular tools like Deep Code Sync, which I have just shown you, and we can actually do real-time feedback or the solving inside of it. Now, developers can also use these AI tools to improve their productivity, and while writing the code, they can also see that immediate feedback is required or not. In case, if we see our earlier SDLC development life cycles, we see a junior developer can writing the code, then it issues and it goes from the automated pipeline and it goes to the senior developer. So there is a lag of time, there is no improvement productivity, and both people are waiting to work get done and then write the next piece of the code. But now we can see with the help of AI tools, as soon as we are writing the software, immediately the feedback in the real time is providing by these AI tools. Now, do we how the AI tools can help us in the next part of the life cycle? So AI tools for software testing. Definitely, while writing the test code, we can also go ahead for the test im.io. Now, these are the test cases which are available to write the test cases. Now let me show you the another part of it on the other side. Please let me know once my screen is visible. So the way we can use, for the ClickUp, this is again, just give me a second. So we were talking about for the, sorry, the automate, the dark, sorry, test im.io. Just give me a second. Let me open that. Now, these are specific tools which are available for a specific phase of the software development lifecycle. Like for example, you want to do the faster testing automation pipeline with the help of AI powered tools. So we can also utilize these tools, but we are not limited to one specific tool. As I have shown you the particular demo, that how we can start writing it, and even these particular tool can provide the role of the quality assurance expert. Okay. Now, if we see with the help of, starting from the very plain boilerplate CRUD operation code, by moving to quality assurance, by moving to generating the automated test code and the security pipeline, it completely helps us in every phase of the SDLC. And that is where we can start using and improve our productivity. Now, let me just go back because I think we are limited on to the time. Let me start, that covering up on these things as well. Now, if we want to automatically, that use, then there are many tools are available. In case if you are going for the proprietary tools, or if you are going for, the open source tools, one of the example could be testim.io, which will help you guys to generate the test cases, and it will definitely reduce the time and save the cost. Now, secondly, if we see, it will also help us in prioritizing the critical test cases, which is required many a times of including of the, the quality assurance guy or a business domain expert, and they will talk to each other and then they will prioritize. But we can also start utilizing these tools to prioritize by looking and putting at the business context and how these tools can help you in prioritizing and predicting for the future that what are the test cases could we need to prioritize and test specifically for the specific business problem statement. Then, if we look at these tools can also help us for the UI UX side as well, so that we can immediately see for the better user experience. Now, there are few tools are also available, like for example, Dell AE, or that Vue AI tools to generate the even testing software as well. So these tools will help you over there in the particular UI UX space testing as well, not for the. So we don't need to wait for writing the complete software and then we come back. No, these tools can be prioritize these test cases and we can even test these. So it will also help you trust driven development as well. Now we can go for the regression testing with the AI in writing the automated regression test cases. Plus, we can utilize these few examples, that which we have given you the tool name, like for example, the test im.io tools as well. Now, as we mentioned, we can use the AI in project management. How it will help project managers? We can see that now, if we see, whenever the sprint will start, a project manager will come into the picture, talk to the people, they will define the roles, and that by talking to the people and their, so all these manual things can be removed. All the operations, these kind of operation items can be automated with the help of AI tools. So we can use these tools by allocating the resources based upon the priority of the sprint meetings. We can use these tools to identify what are the risks there. So in case, so for example, if there is a Jira board, okay, now there are many people available, there are many team members are working in the project, and a project manager don't have much time to look at the risk assessment. So with the help of these AI tools, basically they can look at analyzing the patterns and identify the project risks. In case we need any in the sprint meeting, I will give you the real example. Basically, whenever we are working on a project, there is a project manager, and are we on the time? Yeah, I'm sorry. So there are, that in case I will just speed up the things because I think we are coming on to the time. So we can also use these tools to actually look at if a developer is giving us the time, and we don't need a software architect to vet these particular timelines. We can use and take help from these tools that what could be the project timelines. We can also improve the team collaboration with the help of few tools, like for example, Slack AI communication, and we can also prioritize the tasks for the developers with the help of these AI tools. Now, for security, I think I have shown you 2 or 3 examples during the part of it. And I think, but with the check marks or Vera code and with the, the catch security flows, we can also use other tools like Darktrace. I will just finish this slide and show you that where you can go for that for the real-time security highlights. We can also see the, the vulnerabilities. What are the third-party vulnerabilities? Which are the third-party security issues? We can quickly solve with the help of these AI tools in front of it. Then in many particular, the software development, we have seen the robust encryption is required. Like I will just go quickly and show you that part of it. And then we can also use these tools for the end-to-end security software solutions. Now, in the end, definitely we will ask, what would be the future? Is our job at risk? So when I started the session, I have told you, no. 20, 30 years ago, we were writing the code in assembly language. Now we are writing in more advanced integrated development environments. So these are only tools which are improving and which are not going to replace humans, but definitely humans need to learn how to utilize these particular tools. Like for example, in 1995, I still remember we were, that using the MTNL phones. Then we have the, the digital diaries where we were not writing the telephone numbers. Now we have the mobile phones, and now we have, the AI assistants which we are using to just for direct even call, even while driving. Like, hey Google, can you call this particular guy? So these are only advancements. So we don't need to worry about it. We only need to use these tools for self-writing the code so that we can start improving our knowledge. Even the architectural part of it can be improved with the help of these AI tools. We need to continuously learn and increase our skill set so that we can start utilizing these AI tools and start improving our productivity. The way we have just written the code in the ChatGPT, we have reduced 8 hours to 2 hours. So the way we need to improve these things, we need to focus on ethics. These are the limitations of machine learning models. So whatever code has been generated by the machines, a human is required. An expert human is required to review that code, to see that part of it, and is it rightly written or not for the business problem state. And then how we can even more increase that, we can improve it with the help of quantum computing. So that which will help us in the more problem solving part of it. This is again a detailed example which we have covered in the Python side of it. This is just another slide which we have taken. So we can write, that import the libraries, and then we can write the Flask application. Then we can define the routes for that one. And then we can, add the error handling. We will implement the API layer on top of it. And then it also explain how it will help us in the part of ChatGPT. I hope you like it, but now I will open the floor for the question and answer. Thank you very much. It's over to you, Dr. Ritika. Thank you.
Good to see you, Vijay.
Hi, Ajay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session, and I'm sure it has enlightened the participants. There are certain questions which I'll now like to ask with your permission. First question we have, As you talked about AI in different phases of the software development life cycle, where are the maximum benefits with respect to quality and productivity?
I'm sorry, your voice was breaking, Dr. Ritika. Maybe it is
I
only for
would
me. If you
repeat,
can
sir.
please. Yeah, please.
Yeah. As you talked about AI in different phases of the software development life cycle, where do you think are the maximum benefits with respect to quality and productivity?
Every phase,
Hmm.
every phase. If we see, we can use AI tools in project management.
Hmm.
We can write the use cases, business use cases, or documentation by the business analyst by using these AI tools. We can use these AI tools even in writing the UI UX. We can use these AI tools in writing the development part of it, construction, in doing the testing part of it, even writing the automation pipelines for these things and the deployment. Right now, even deployment is, that already into the automated code side of it, but we can even use these AI tools for writing these things. We
Absolutely.
we just, yeah, please go ahead. Sorry. Next question.
So next question that we have, what is the reliability of these tools? Can it be reliability in production software? And is there any standard that covers the reliability of these tools?
Reliability is taken by the human. Take it as only your tool. They are only tools. Whatever you are going to ask, they are only going to do that. They don't have any sense what you're using, what you're going to do. So reliable will always be human, but definitely more and more frameworks are coming inside the industry, which will make the output generated by these AI tools with the help of guardrails. So guardrails means whatever would be the output generated by these AI tools should be harmless, helpful, and honest.
Absolutely, sir. Very rightly said. Another question we have, do you see a future where AI will write the complete software free or at best out of bugs? And where will, till what point will the AI tools be assisting the human programmer?
It will never happen. Even there are tools available which can write the complete web application today itself. Even 15 years ago, or even 20 years ago, when SharePoint was came into the picture, into the market, it has been said that now we don't need any software developers because, but believe me, any tool cannot replace human developers. They will always need it to implement the right logic, right ecosystem, and to do and implement in a proper way. I cannot see that till it is available, but let's see how it goes into the future.
Absolutely, sir. Very rightly said. And thank you so much for this wonderful session today with a number of live examples that you have shared with our attendees, participants today. So, thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. And we will not be ending the session without giving a small note of thank you, sir. So please accept this certificate as a token of remembrance for this wonderful session today.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
We also have a small e-memento. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule and giving us this wonderful session today.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rafiq. Thank you, Ajay, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
so nice of you. And thank you, Dr. Ritika and Professor Bhatia. Nice to see you in most of this session always. So spending your evening here, so nice.
Thank you very much. I always wait for this nowadays, fortnight, earlier 1 week. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, over to you, Ritika.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you.
sir. Thank you so much for always making possible such wonderful sessions. So once
Hmm.
again, a big thank you to Ajay sir as well as Vijay sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ajay